again, guys, and thanks for clicking again. This is another episode of Review the Right Thing, and I'm sure by the top of this box you can see I was lucky enough to get another figure within the last week. So it's actually been a couple of days because I just uploaded the Marvel Rage from Marvel Legends, the Abomination Build-A-Figure wave, just the other day, so now I'm doing this guy again. Or not again, but now I'm doing this guy. And so I wasn't going out to shop for a figure. Again, I had to go out and just run an errand. I had to drop something off to my dad. He wanted to meet in the Walmart parking lot over, a little bit away from us, but it's equidistant from our two places. He's moving some stuff, so it was just easier to meet there. And of course, I can't just pull into the Walmart parking lot and not go in and look. It's not a Walmart that's by my house, so I don't get to regularly go there and check their stock, so stocks are different across different stores, so let's walk in and take a look. And to my surprise, one Taskmaster left on the shelf. I told myself a while ago I wasn't going to collect any MCU figures. I basically started buying a bunch of them when I first started collecting Marvel Legends. I was buying everything I could find, regardless of whether I had any attachment to the character or not. A lot of the times it was just because I thought the figure looked really awesome. And I just wanted to have a nice little collection of action figures, so I was buying basically everything. I only have a finite amount of space. I collect, obviously, as you've seen in my channel, a little bit of everything. And I also don't just limit myself to Marvel, so I have Star Wars, I've got DC, I've got Pops, I have NECA, I have all kinds of stuff. And so, like I said, finite amount of space. Didn't want to collect a lot of the MCU ones, so a lot of my MCU figures I actually ended up selling loose, off on various groups or at the place I work, use it for store credit to buy other things. And so I told myself I wasn't going to buy any more MCU figures. I kept my Ant-Man and Wasp just because I really liked the look of those figures. I thought the MCU suits for those looks were really cool. And honestly, I feel that way with most of them, too. But it's, like I said, there's a give and take. I can't have everything. So, got rid of most of those. I don't really care about most of the Captain America MCU versions. I prefer the old comic book blue and red. The newer ones, obviously, in the later movies, they did do the blue and red. Infinity War, he had that kind of all black because he was an outlaw, So, with the other ones, he did have the red and blue. But obviously it was very modern. It looked more like like a military suit. And I prefer like the red and blue jumpsuit. Classic spandex, mask, whole 9 yards, great. I love it. And honestly, that's pretty much most of the same way with any of the other figures. I just prefer the comic book looks a lot more to the MCU renditions. So like I said, I kept my Ant-Man and Wasp because I really like those. I kept everything I have from the Black Panther movies. There's a few other figures I wouldn't mind having in my collection. Eventually, I'll probably get there, but they're not at the top of my list. So if I get them loose at a pretty good price, I'd probably pick them up. But most of them are still hovering around the $20 range. And at that price, I'm not... There's other things that I want. And so they can wait. I also kept some of my Thor, all my Guardians of the Galaxy, because I got the whole Wave 2, which built the, God, what's her name? Mantis. So it was the wave with Mantis, and so I have all of those figures. I also managed to track down a Build-A-Figure Groot, have a Rocket from that Volume 2 wave, so I love those movies as well, so I figured keep those. And again, like Ant-Man and Wasp, Guardians aren't necessarily my favorite in the MCU, but I just really like those characters, and so decided to keep those figures. Not that I don't like the other characters. I guess had I liked their MCU looks more, I might have been more inclined to keep the figures. With a lot of those ones, they kind of kept more of a classic look still. So they don't look modern, or they don't look totally different from the original comic book versions. Modern enough to where they still appeal to that movie universe, but they still retain that classic comic book feel, in my opinion. So I've kept them. Now here we are buying another MCU figure. And I didn't think I wanted him at first. Honestly, there wasn't really much in this wave that I was looking forward to. The Crimson Dynamo is really cool. But he's kind of bulky. His weird shoulders, I don't necessarily need that in my collection. The other characters from the Black Widow movie, again, I'm not trying to buy MCU figures, so I don't need a Black Widow. I don't need a Red Guardian. You know, if they did a classic comic book Red Guardian, I'd probably grab that. They may have even done one in an old wave that's probably worth buku amounts of money, but I'd have to look that up, and maybe they haven't. And if they haven't, and this is the only thing that's on the shelves right now, fine, I'll just keep waiting until they release maybe a more classic version. And there's a couple other characters in this line that I'm just less familiar with. I definitely think they look cool, and I would probably eventually have them on my shelves, but I'm not familiar as much with the characters, so they're not on my grab list. However, Robo on Fawoosh, god damn you, Robo, has done a couple different things on his weekly roundups. This has come up multiple times, obviously, since the wave is very fresh and everybody's looking for it. So he's been talking about it, giving updates on when you're going to see it. Other places have started to see it, but not necessarily everywhere. And again, it just happened to be on the shelf. There was him and one of the other characters I'm less familiar with. I will post a picture when I'm editing my video. And there was just the two of them. So I was just like, well, he's here right now, and I do like how he looks. So I guess I'm going to have to grab it. Damn it. So anyways, I'm going to stand up. Let's get a closer look at this packaging, and then we'll open him up. As you can see, he looks pretty awesome. Black Widow, Taskmaster from the movie. Symbol up top, artwork on the side, both sides. Crimson Dynamo wave, character information on the back, along with members of the wave. He does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece, which was really exciting because then I don't feel obligated to try to track down everyone else. However, there is still the Crossbones comic version and the Winter Soldier comic version that I want. He was the other one that was there, so that is Spymaster. Again, not as familiar with him. Crimson Dynamo Build-A-Figure, legal information barcode on the bottom. Let's get him open. And here we are out of the package. Sorry, lighting's a little weird. I wanted to give you guys a different backdrop to look at because I have tons of stuff in this room. So anyways, to the figure. I love those visors. I think those glasses are pretty sweet. Mold on his face is pretty awesome. So, like I said, damn you, Robo. After all those videos, now I see why he's so cool. I mean, the paint application looks awesome. I really like the colors they chose for him. I already have the classic Taskmaster from the, I think it was Infinity War wave? Yes. But this one's definitely pretty awesome. Let's get into him a little bit more. Double jointed elbows, arm out, and this is, could already tell it was gonna be a problem. Those look like they're fastened, they're fused down a little bit. So it does keep from his arm going up too high. Ab crunch forward. Ab back. You do get some head movement because I don't know, I guess this would be the rest of the hood, just kind of like laying over, but obviously it doesn't, it's a separate piece, so it doesn't hinder the head movement. Leg forward, leg back. He does split pretty far, and his gun holsters do not get in the way, which is pretty nice. They're flexible plastics, so he splits pretty far. Double knee. He will not kick his own ass. It's pretty close. Pretty flexible. No twist at the bicep. Nope, no twist at the biceps. Oh, wait. So there is. This one might just have to get some heat on it. And anyways, let's see. Because the last review I did is this. It's a real pivot. Hold on. Oh my god, it's a real pivot. I'm so happy. So pivot. Leg down. That goes back pretty far. Wonderful. And back look. Let's take a look at those accessories. Set of hands for the bow. Open set of hands. Sword and shield. And lastly, bow and arrow. Thanks for watching again, guys. And if you like the content that you're seeing, click subscribe. Click the little bell. It'll notify you every time I put up new content. Again, I'm going to be putting up some stuff pretty frequently. I have a video I want to talk to you guys about a box that I just picked up from Eric Romer. He's a French director. I also have some music that I wanted to talk to you guys about, so there will be some upcoming videos, so keep an eye out for those. And lastly, did you guys like this figure? Are you guys thinking about picking him up? Do you like this wave? Anything that you're pre-ordering that you're looking forward to or haven't pre-ordered and you're just looking forward to coming out? Let's chat in the comments below. And if you like I said, click subscribe. You'll see more Review the Right Thing. Thanks again.